Man. To say that Skip Bayless is going through something right now is an understatement. His brainchild, undisputed, right? Because if y'all remember how he even started, Skip Bayless, I'm talking about his career, such as it is. He was brought in on ESPN, and they had this show called Cold Pizza. And Cold Pizza ran for a couple hours. It's like the sports version of like your morning show, like your CBS This Morning or Good Morning America, whatever, right? So they brought him in, and he had these little segments called First Down, Second Down, Third Down, and Fourth Down. And that's where, for a little bit of time, they would debate on whatever topics that came across. So that's how Skip Bayless came into the fold as a debater, right? Then you also had segments on Sports Center on Sunday to where he would debate with Stephen A. Smith. They had this segment called Old School, New School. And that's how Skip Bayless became a thing, right? Or John Edward Bayless II, I like to call him. So we fast forward all that, right? We first take was on his last legs, called Stephen A. Stephen A. come in, he saved the show. Him and ESPN couldn't work out a deal, so he ends up going to Fox Sports. He ends up getting Shannon Sharpe. They got first undisputed, right? In 2016, September of 2016, undisputed aired, right? And it was Shannon Sharpe that basically carried the show. Because let's face it, Skip Bayless ain't got no talent. All he does is runs his mouth about athletes all day because he can hack it. What's up, y'all? I see y'all in the building, man. Salute to all y'all as well. Hey, man, check this out, right? We all know how Shannon Sharpe and Skip Bayless or John Edward Bayless II fell out, right? Which prompted Shannon Sharpe to leave. He's doing his thing on First Take. Club Shay Shay is breaking the internet with his interviews and all that. And John Edward Bayless II was struggling with First Take. Remember, when Shannon left Undisputed, right? When Shannon left Undisputed, it took them almost 3 months to find somebody because nobody wanted to work with John Edward Bayless II. I also told you about a lot of the parameters that was in place that allowed this man to have all the creative control of that show. And on top of that, they're paying this man almost $8 million a year. So you mean to tell me you getting paid $8 million a year and you're delivering these kind of results? These kind of results gets other people fired. How does this man still have a job right now is beyond me. How does this man still have creative control is still beyond me. He's a talentless hack. All he does is runs his mouth about LeBron James. If LeBron James take a shit, he talks about it. If LeBron James take a piss, he talks about it. If LeBron James is having Taco Tuesday, he's talking about it. There's almost on some stalker level type stuff going on with this guy. But what he won't talk about though is Jerry Jones. He won't talk about his BFF Jerry Jones. And Jerry Jones got a paternity test for some woman named Alexandra Davis. who's making the allegation that Jerry Jones might be the daddy. He ain't talking about that. But Jerry Jones was in that photo back in 1957 when he was in high school. That same high school that was preventing black folks from going to the school. Skip Bayless didn't talk about that. Talked about everything else. Didn't talk about his BFF Jerry Jones. I say all that to say this. Just because you have a platform doesn't mean you have legitimacy. If you heard me say this once, I said it 1,000 times. Just because you have a platform and you're powered by this, multi-billion-dollar conglomerate known as Fox, you're supposed to have legitimacy. But for only 50,000 viewers on the episode of a show that has been highly promoted, highly funded, and he got all the creative control in the world, is unacceptable. It's unacceptable. Let's say anybody else would have been fired by now. They would have gotten their show and taken away from them. But Undisputed, and this is despite Undisputed starting a half an hour earlier than First Take. So how do you start a half an hour earlier than First Take and still lag behind them in the ratings? Meanwhile, speaking of Undisputed did like almost 470,000 viewers on that same day that Undisputed only drew 50,000 viewers. So, needless to say, Shannon Sharpe did not need Skip Bayless, but Skip Bayless sure as hell did need Shannon. What's up, D-Love? So, once again, this show is on its last legs. Nobody watches it. And why doesn't anybody watch Undisputed? Why? Because one, people are still bitter about what happened with Shannon Sharpe. And two, Skip Bayless is a talentless hack. Let's just keep it 100. Skip Bayless is a talentless hack. If he had this eye for talent, he should have been able to recycle Shannon Sharpe and everybody else. Anybody else could have just sat that seat and that show could have kept keeping on. But instead, you got three guys in Michael Irvin, Richard Sherman, and Keyshawn Johnson, for all intents and purposes, when they're talking over each other and he can't get his point across, it just makes the show unwatchable. Because you got three football players and you're trying to cover a wide area of topics. So I feel nothing for John Edward Bayless II. I feel absolutely nothing for him. This is what he deserves. He deserves this type of ass whooping. This man needs to be put into obscurity. Period. He ain't entertaining. He comes out with these wild takes that makes you question, why does he even have a platform to begin with? And then when you try to question him on why he comes up with these takes, then he want to get disrespectful. But you can't disrespect him. He's the type of dude that dishes it out but can't take it. So once again, I feel nothing for this guy. He don't got no legitimacy. He might have the platform, but he don't got the legitimacy. He don't got the cachet. He's just a clown who needs to go into retirement. It says a whole lot when your own brother don't fuck with you. For those of you may not be aware, Rick Bayless is the brother to Skip Bayless, and Rick Bayless is a cook or a chef or whatever you want to call him. One of them. Everybody want to be a chef nowadays, but Rick Bayless is actually a chef. That's the Skip Bayless's brother. He don't want to fuck with him. So let me know what y'all think. This your man. Scream at me. Hey!